I want to get through all these TikToks and show you guys what they're about, but there's probably like endless amount. Let's see how far we're gonna get, starting with this one.
If you are a
Because
person that
America
sticks up
fucking
for yourself
sucks.
and doesn't tolerate disrespect and does not let people walk all over you and be horrible and awful to you, I'm just telling you right now, if it hasn't happened already, be prepared to be labeled the villain and the bully in a lot of people's tragic life stories. Okay? If you're watching this and you have the mental capacity to understand what I'm saying and your frontal lobe is developing, this is likely ours.
I don't have the capacity to understand what you're saying because I already have the examples, right? Every single time I post video like this, people get banned. But with this guy, people get banned 100% of the time. With this guy's face, I don't know, he's fucking cursed, basically. He's the epitome of fucking hatred and leftism, basically. Like, I don't think I got, like, Idub's hatred, even, like, Penguin hatred was not it, because it's like, oh, I'm just seeking attention or whatever. But this guy is on another fucking Satan level, basically. Not only Americans don't actually, like, say anything substantial, but obviously they just attack you. But they say their one-liner and get banned. It's their thing. It's fucking America exclusive. Being bullies, seeing what they can get away with, basically. That's their rage bait at the same time. If you overreact to the one-liner and you don't ban them, I mean, they will try to get away with some more. They're literally asking for being silenced, actively silenced. Their free speech has to be taken away because they have it. So it's time to take that away from them. It's a fucking weapon that they're using for no good purpose, right? The pattern is motherfucking clear. Americans are ruining the internet as we know it, while at the same time technically being a big part of the internet where like most content comes from America. Okay, I don't know what to say to that. But let me get Banhammer. You don't want to know. You don't know. You don't want to know what one-liner. You can come up with anything. You can call me names. You can just generally laugh at me or whatever the fuck is going on. And at the same time, put like the least amount of effort to give context to anything, so I can interpret. Basically, it's double talk as well, because that's the ultimate rage bait, basically. If I get to interpret based on my preference, but you literally cannot reply with a. You cannot ask American to give context to be nice, which is crazy to me. Like this comment section was completely different. There were women in there. They would actually engage in conversation. But with this guy, we literally unlocked Satan of all people. No survivors. Zero. I have reached the peak leftism. See, in America, there's not two sides of politics, there's one side of politics and one side of demons, basically. You can choose to be demon and attack the existence of politics for your own personal gain, and that's what it is. That's all there is. And like the most leftist type of person who's like pro vaccines, anti flat earth, basically, that kind of person is going to be the most toxic pile of shit that will attract other toxic pile of shit around it. So I'm paying attention right now because this is very interesting. He only shows up once in like 2 years, just kind of like another toxic pile of shit. Nerd City. I don't know why they're so popular. They just show up every now and then. That's not a lot of effort. That's not a lot of presence or personality. And all they do is just do the most leftist fucking shit of all time. Right? They really pick that fucking target to grind on. So, anyways, I'm keeping an eye on this guy because, like, something's going on. While at the same time, it's just the unstoppable trend for Americans to be bullies. This video got, like, just, like, one semi not nice comment and that's it, because, I'm copying someone's work by reacting to them, even though they're fucking millionaires by now. So shut the fuck up. It's very different. Like this guy was actually discussing a case, or actually the video that inspired to for me to watch this. Like a case where like a bigger channel rips off a smaller channel. I'm sorry, bro. You need a license for that. If a smaller channel rips off a bigger channel, I think that's fine. Like significantly smaller. I mean, I can actually justify you growing your channel in desperate ways, but you have to pivot your content somehow. You gotta let go of this of the cheese. Once you get to like 10,000 subs, like I don't want to see cheese on the platform. I just want to remind her that it's America exclusive. I want everyone to remember that it's America exclusive. No one fucking has such fragile egos where they have to actually attack you basically in a mob mentality. Like, holy shit. America has like the most fragile ego of all time. They want to be demons. They love being evil openly, right? It's the easiest fucking thing, and they're just spread out everywhere because they're privileged pieces of shit. You know? They're the richest and the stupidest. That's what's going on. And I can't wait for something to be happening because this is in real time, right? This is like late TikTok. Something might be happening in America when people realize, shit, bullying is everywhere. Everyone is a fucking bully. Yes, Americans are kind of nice when you just walk the streets, maybe. But holy shit, it is impossible to interact with them when they start barking across the internet. It's fucking crazy.
Already befallen you. Okay, this fate, but it happened.
Yes, evil people exist in my country too. I get to deal with them, but they kind of like hold a conversation, and they do be getting mad. You know, it's like you can at least like interact with them. These guys are hiding behind each other basically, and the most important, like, there's no reason for it. I don't care if I offend your stupid shit. All right. Especially when you don't say what exactly bothers you, what exactly triggered your fucking demon self to pop out. Like, okay, dude, I'll just keep doing that. Nothing's stopping me when people are just acting as pathetic bullies, right? As if they just found the reason to be offended, and that's it. That's all they do. Now, when it comes to letting people treat you like shit, I mean, America comes from the place of want. So, it, most people, most evil people want to treat you like shit, and they get mad when they can't. You know, if a person wants to treat you like shit, they're already offended in the first place. So nothing really changes. It just like grows. Their desire to fucking deal damage to you grows. So it's a complex issue that I just like stumbled upon. I found myself in this fucking shithole territory. Again, trust me, no other place in the world is able to generate shit except maybe Israel. All right, but at the same time, I literally have Israel in my Discord. So how bad could they be? You know, how bad could it be? Literally, just yesterday they show up, like fucking dude with his friends from Israel specifically. Nothing political, nothing offensive. Like, at least there's some substance, you know? So, yeah, I just want to appreciate, I want you guys to appreciate how unique this American thing is. Like, nowhere else in the world will a person be attacking you from the very beginning without any context, just with a one-liner with the least amount of effort. Just eh, all the prospects of getting banned immediately, ASAP, speedrunning getting banned from your life, getting cut off from your life. Speedrun edition, basically, right? And when you adopt politics, you call it leftism because that's you want them to speedrun even faster. You don't want to spend time with these fuckers, basically. You don't want them to hold on to you in any capacity if they get in danger and you're like the fucking answer to them. So yeah, it triggers me to talk about this fucking sludge all the time. I'm getting fucking numb, basically. I'm getting tired of it. I'm gonna be very harsh with all the fucking haters. If you look like American though, but you're not American, uh you'll be treated the same exact way, you know. But usually I can tell the difference. Usually people actually use their brain cells instead of just being uncomfortable and annoying. And all you have to do is go against the mainstream as well. The water, that's what it is. You try to go against the mainstream, the river will fight back, But if you go along mainstream, you know, you just you go along the river. There's no resistance, right? That's the kind of the feeling that the moment you try to resist, you immediately feel the pressure, right? But humans are not fucking water, okay? And every time I go against the mainstream, I don't need some fucking bullshit to be happening, I don't have to interact with suddenly shitty people, do I? What's going on, right? Like, river is not everywhere. You can't just like magically jump into anti-mainstream whenever you feel like it. Where can I find river? Of what exactly? What's the purpose? Like, if I use a metaphor, I'm expecting some more insights from the metaphor, and I don't have any, unfortunately. Besides that, mainstream ideologies exist, and if you go against it, people gonna get mad. But it's lefties that adopt these like ideologies. They kind of are conservative about one thing in particular. They're conservative of what is being told to them. They want to conserve the facts that are being told to them. They want to be told facts by authorities. They want to trust the authorities like scientists, basically, right? If they can't trust scientists, then all of a sudden the world is changing. What do? They would have to panic, basically, because who knows? Maybe it just washes away their previous businesses, basically, or shitty habits, basically. They will have to adapt and change, and it's like, fuck, let's just attack this guy instead, right? The world is not changing. You haven't invented anything. You just need to be attacked. That's all there is to it, right? That's their main instinct, basically, potentially. So those are my theories about them haters from a specific fucking shithole, basically. Now, again, granted, America is the prime place where people come from in the first place, so I don't know, dude. And other people, like, they get up in your face, they have conversations to try and lure you into much greater problems. Again, evil is all over the place, and it looks slightly different every single time. With America just being the most obvious and the most blatant and the most, you know, isolated, the most fenced out area. So if you try to fucking bomb America, you will not have a good time doing that. So you have to come up with some fucking epic strategy of how you react and how you deal with these evil people. Obviously, like, these are Charlie Kirk killers. These are people who claimed that they wanted that death this whole time. These are the kind of people, bro. They're literally bubbling up. It's uncontrollable for them. I'm surprised people, I The only thing, like, yes, this guy wants to be remembered for whatever reason. I already forgot his reason. But his actual reason to be remembered is that so many Americans are so fucking hateful. He became this human sacrifice to bubble out all these hateful people. It forced them into the open. Everyone talked about it. I was like, holy shit, I've never. I didn't thought I was like it converted some people from leftism. It scared the shit out of them, basically. That's what he should be remembered for, because that's the narrative that has not been solved yet.
People truly take personal offense when you do not let them abuse you and be awful to you and treat you like fucking dirt, and you stick up for yourself and you're like, hey, that's not cool. And matter of fact, I noticed that you're treating this person like shit too, so cut it out because, you know, you suck. Like, get a life, go find something to do. Like, you know, you can't act like this. They will act like you came into their house, killed their entire family, and then stole the dog and sold the dog on fucking Facebook Marketplace. Like, people have totally lost their fucking minds. I mean, this isn't like new. Like, people have been like this forever. It just, like, when I became an adult, I was shocked to find out that, like, a very large percentage of adults are not normal, and they are in fact professional victims, and they make it everybody's problem. So like, if this is you and you're wondering like, why do I constantly run into so many problems? Like, why, like, am I always having issues with people when I didn't do anything? That's why. It's because people literally take personal offense when you don't let them treat you like shit. So keep doing what you're doing.
You haven't finished your shut the fuck up, man. Why is TikTok so glitched out on browser? Like, unbelievable. The funny thing is, you don't know if she's a lefty or not. You don't know because she also says "get a life." Like, that's normal for you to say. She also sees them bully other people, which is like, no, you get a life. Take your life back away from these bullies.
Concrete barriers around the Christmas markets are a perfect representation of how our society constantly restructures itself around evil people instead of just dealing with and getting rid of the evil people. And the thing is, as long as you don't deal.
How do you know who's evil, though? It's not that hard to fucking tell, to be honest. And I guess that's what this TikTok marathon is about. This TikTok compilation. There will always be evil people, but it's a problem, right? How will you find who's evil, though? And that's the whole fucking point of, like, racism. Well, you're racist. You can't just say a black person, black people are evil, you know? You won't be able to say black people are evil. What are you gonna do, though? What are you gonna do? Maybe it is time to be racist. Unfortunately, right? Maybe you're black and you're guilty until you're proven otherwise. That shit's possible. That shit's on the table sometimes. In my case, if you're American, you're guilty. You are associated with this fucking bully mentality somehow until you prove that you're normal in some kind of capacity. If they're content creators, they're the good Americans. They're immediately nice. They're immediately better than the rest, basically. If they uploaded any fucking, like, accumulated any amount of attention that fucking matters, they build something out of themselves, they're immediately very much different. They have much more to show for than just the fucking vomit comment, basically. Vomit comment, right? It's not that hard to fucking tell who's evil, right? It's a self-admission game, and I can prove it to you guys. Because I asked people to click a button, and there's more evil people than the good people when it comes to clicking a fucking button. It's self-admission all the way. People admit to being fucking evil, right? And yes, you don't want to end up being racist. You don't want to label the entire fucking thing, basically, as pure evil. You don't want to end up doing that. But some people, like, they have to defend themselves. They have to do whatever it takes. It's a privilege to not be racist. The moment you start fighting evil, right? And unfortunately, I did not get that privilege. as many brain cells as I have, black people still kind of stinker most of the time. All right, but it's not about them. The funny thing is, the lovely thing is, I'm not just racist. I hate a lot of more Americans, bro. I hate women as well. You know, I'm sexist too. So it's all good now. If you're racist and sexist, things are getting better now. Let's go. And at the same time, yes, evil people are everywhere, across all ranks. Rich people, poor people, everyone can be evil now. You will not see them coming. There is no moral fucking way of deciphering where they specifically are. You cannot fucking exclude a specific fucking group of people anymore. They're everywhere. You should be paranoid. They're all around me. They surround me, physically surround me, and make a bunch of fucking noise all the time. They surround. They make noise, or they're passive to the problem that's brewing. Basically, they would not call police. I'm the one who has to fucking lift a finger, basically, to stop someone from doing stupid shit. So yes, I have local people. I'm not American. I'm European. I have still local people who are just pure evil. And all of a sudden, you dig out like the most important principles of all time. Don't engage with content for the sake of hatred. That's you got rage baited. All right. I don't run around and engage with content just because I want to hate something. I want to hate whatever I just saw, basically. I want to lower someone's ego because, oh, they're gonna see my comment or whatever. Don't engage when you are enraged. That's right. It's just a sign that you should stay away from something like this, but evil people don't have this fucking principle. They can't adopt principles. They don't give a fuck. That's what makes them evil. And in my case, in the physical case, in fear, you must bleed respect. You know, if you don't want to actually fucking bleed, if you don't want to get into serious trouble, bleed respect. My guys, you know, the Europeans, they kind of start the crafting fear, right? And unfortunately, you have to respect those like confrontations. Most of the time, like, because people around me are evil, I have to respect myself, right? I still have to respect something, and they should better respect me as well, right? Especially if they have to say out loud of like, my child is fearful. Yes, thank God he's fearful. It's time for him to face me and start respecting me, right? Let's see how long it takes for that to fucking happen. You breeded out a fucking demon child. It's time for that fucking creature to respect something and to be fearful, because if they grow up, you know, more and more criminal, basically, more and more evil, oh, oops. The problem just keeps getting worse, isn't it? And there's two more principles from like China, Russia, places. I don't know these principles yet. Haven't really been surrounded by these assholes. But, you know, Russia attacking Ukraine is kind of close to home as well. And it's like, if your life is greatly in danger, might as well fight back. Maybe that's a principle. I don't know. You know, I'll give this to Russians, all right? Maybe if you're allowed to kill evil people, that's the best opportunity in life, all right? There's nothing better than killing evil people, all right? You should really appreciate this opportunity. Doesn't mean that you should go to Ukraine and start killing evil people, because you don't know which side is how much evil. They could just put you in the front lines and sacrifice you, basically, because you wanted to kill evil people so much, right? It's not a good opportunity when you also get to be killed in the end, right? It's war. The most luxurious place is obviously being the president on either side. Like, who knows? Maybe Putin is also killing his own people because his people are evil, and Ukraine just has to defend itself, and they're just successfully killing evil people, right? The Russia is cleaning itself while Ukraine has to, deal with all the filth and has to take the opportunity to not just be conquered, basically by sludge that has been accumulated for fucking God knows how much time. That's what I'm observing. Like, something has to justify the unfairness of life when it comes to war itself. Obviously, whoever you can send into war, that's an evil person. Because if you're being drafted into war by, like, a lot of force, and there's no, like, obvious evil person who's attacking your country or anything, you're just being sent into war, that should be a sign that you have to fight back. And again, the closest we gotten is the, I still haven't learned the word, but, there was some resistance coup right there. Someone tried, but it still wasn't like the massive thing, massive resistance. That's what has to happen. A good person realizes that they are being sent into self-destruction, so they have to fight against their own government, basically. Or they have to join the resistance. Now, you cannot do it in Ukraine's front lines. You cannot just join Ukraine because you're just a fucking spy, basically. The only thing you can do is lead your army straight to where it has to go, basically. And whoever resists you has to be destroyed. Because you have been sent into war, and just like, that's the most disgraceful thing that Russians, well, somehow accept. Like, still, at some point in their journey, they have a chance to resist, they have a chance to say no, even if they're being bullied, basically. They still have a chance to say no so many times. Or just wave a white flag and give up to Ukraine. So if you analyze the situation from, like, individual basis, because that's the shit that matters in the end. Still, individuals are being coerced into doing something evil. But you're evil now because you accepted the fucking deal. Mark Passio has taught me one thing and one thing only. It's not the fucking politicians, not the leaders that are evil. It's the people who accept orders that are evil. And again, that's what leftism is all about. That's the reason why I also mention leftism taking commands, basically, from all these scientists, from all this mainstream shit. And if you don't take commands, all of a sudden, you have to get bullying session from these shit Americans. But unfortunately, they're just wrong. And also, leftism is just as racism and sexism. You have chosen a politically fucking inferior position, and you will be treated like shit. So the funny thing is, the more shit overlaps, the more you're a black woman, basically, that's leaning to the left. If you're not Nicki Minaj, because she kind of dodged the bullets, right? She dodged Charlie Kirk. But yeah, like, the more things overlap, I mean, I'm sorry, there's enough science to tell me that you're evil. Some things are even more evil than others. All this immigrant stuff is truly beyond comprehension, right? So there's another, basically, bubble of immigration, right? So you just keep on stacking signs of evil, but often people want to just, like, admit themselves that they are in fact evil. You just have to unclog your ears, sometimes even ask a very simple thing. You want to get banned? And they will say yes. They will say yes. Oh, I don't care if you ban me, basically. That's a yes. That's a yes from you. If you don't care, because that's what happens. That's the ultimate weapon you have. You can block them, ban them, whatever. shut them down from your existence. You can kick them out. They will say yes because they're fucking careless pieces of shit, and that's it. They will admit to being evil. It's that easy to kick out. But apparently, yes, I have to teach you guys how to fucking deal with this shit. While at the same time, very soon, we will ask this question. This is rage bait, right? I don't know. If we're so keen on fighting evil, there's a problem, right? That has to be solved. On top of that, I need something in fucking return. You know, we have to reward each other for being successful at defeating evil. Alright? They're just oppressed. This guy, the moment we saw that he destroyed property of the hotel, this guy's evil. Alright? He deserved his downfall, and we might be able to even see his evil in the show, which is like exclusive content, alright? You don't know if a child is gonna grow up evil or not. It's not the problem of Disney. It's the problem of 50% of people are evil. By their own admission, at least 50% of people are evil everywhere. So some Disney children gonna be successful, and some people gonna be like absolute shitheads, basically. Absolute Americans, you know? And while people gonna try and fucking help this guy, it's impossible case. You know, it's never gonna fucking work out. And you know, as Jesus, it will be my duty to investigate this. I can fix this guy. I can do it. You know, and then I just dump him in the fucking nearest dumpster, and it's like, I did it. You don't have to worry about him anymore. That's what you do with evil people. That's how you solve a problem. There's no chance you have a solution because there's free will. There's free will. So when you see an evil person, you will not convert them to goodness. There's nothing you can do. You can only imagine an opportunity where you are killing the evil person, because that's the most satisfying and the greatest opportunity of all time. Alright? That's it. There is free will, and the moment you empower an evil person, they will be doing their evil with their powers. They don't know any better. They will strangle that puppy, you know? They just want to see it die. Evil person cannot be converted into good because there's free will, and if a person shows sign of evil, like, slowly and surely you have to fucking get rid of them out of society. Not any other way around. They're not oppressed. They're not the fucking victims. Alright? However, there are special cases, and you want to, like, slowly drag them into the abyss, basically. You don't want to have it, like, super fast, because that's what justice system is all about, is to slowly send person into the dark side, basically. Because we see them as evil, and it's like, well, you have to do time now. Alright, you have to stay away from society from 1 year, 2 years, blah, 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 right? That's what justice system is supposed to do. If we detect that someone is evil, slam that hammer to the table and bam, you go into jail. You get kicked out. Your existence is diminished, basically. It happened to me, though. Okay? Because evil is everywhere. Evil is in the politics level everywhere, dude. It has been unhinged, untamed for such a long time. And again, what's that? A black woman that's also a leftist. We might have fucking cracked the greatest evil of all time. You know? We might have fucking cracked. We just needed an immigrant, but we got that with Obama, so that's fine. It's all fine and dandy, guys. We literally get to face off the maximum evil we can muster for this particular episode. Alright? You stay away from signs of evil. You can build tolerance, though. You can build survivability towards, like, two things. A black woman, and it's like, ugh, but I can talk to her and survive. It's gonna be fine, right? But, what's your tolerance level? How many things can you fucking stomach, basically? You might ask, why are women evil in particular, right? Because men are usually, like, they self-admit to be evil. They put on a fucking uniform, and they do stupid shit. They're evil in action, and the more you give them, the more evil they become. With women, they have all these things. They already, like, accumulated all these things, and now they're sitting on top of a pile of shit that they can use as resource to remain evil for a very long time. You know, a lot of women are accumulating, most women accumulating resources and safety, whatever it takes, to live a long and prosperous life, even without a man. They're harvesting a lot of resources, but some women are doing it for the good purposes, and some women are doing it for the bad purposes, right? And at some point, they get activated. And if they get activated through, like, hey, let's do feminism, right? Another fucking ism that now, unfortunately, we have to add to the pile of shit. But when they say, let's do feminism, it kind of means that all these women are gonna activate their piles of shit, and most of the time you will be interacting with the evil side of things, because that's the one that harms everyone. While men, when they're evil, they just do the crime and start doing the time, and it's, like, very easy, just based on the amount of tattoos they have on their fucking face, to see that they're evil. With women, they have to actually accumulate evil. Even my mom, bro, she's fat. And it's like, there's still a mountain in there. She's almost like, she's still a warrior waiting to unleash her evil. She doesn't seem evil, but to me, she's a fucking demon. She's accumulating something that she can't fucking get rid of, basically. Almost ready to fucking interfere with whatever lifestyle I'm supposed to have beyond the shithole that I'm born with, basically. You know? I don't even know if my mom is not evil, to be honest, if I can trust her not to be evil. When the fucking moment strikes, when she realizes that she's not part of the plot whatsoever, that she's gonna be left behind big time. When I came back home after a break, right? So my mom has accumulated so much fucking evil people around her, basically. I could have gotten in trouble by accident. This is what's going on right now. It's fucking pure warfare everywhere, dude. And I just happen to be able to hold things together without them collapsing. You know, clean shit up. Yeah, my dad, I give stuff to my dad, and he admits to being evil. He admits to just want to cause drama, basically, and I have to kick him out of my life. And just never forget that fucking instance, because he will, you know, try to ask for more. It's like, what the fuck? Why do I have the evil parents, guys? Why do I have the evil ones? Hey? And nobody fucking cares? Are you Gucci right now? Let's call it this way. Smokeism and drinkism, bro. If someone is smoking and drinking and driving, or bikeism, basically. Again, there's certain levels of tolerance that I just don't have. At some point it breaks. If you're drinking, smoking, driving bikes, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. If you're a nuisance to society, if you're role-playing as an evil person, and putting yourself in danger, health-wise, I'm sorry, bro, I can't help you, that's insane. So there's so many circles, so many ways to see evil people from very far away. I mean, at this point, this is the Am I Jesus episode. This is it. We just started this fucking drama without, consent. Because I'm supposed to, like, watch TikToks, but I got so fucking triggered by everything that people are talking about, right? And it's like, why do I have to start this drama? Maybe Americans have to fucking listen at some point. And they are instructed to only listen to Jesus. The good people are instructed to only listen to Jesus. And that's it. And they have been waiting this whole fucking time. It's like, who's gonna admit to be Jesus? Yes, it's a very shameful act, it seems. But if someone admits, we have to listen to him. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I have to try, see what happens. See what's fucking, like, in the programming of the reality, because you have to take opportunities that are presented to you. Yes, if we're successful, I will do something that I don't like doing, is Jesus face reveal. I shouldn't do it beforehand, I should do it afterwards. If I'm Jesus, people need to know how I look like, You don't have to know beforehand, alright? We're still investigating. Let's
deal
keep
with the
going.
root problem here, which is evil people. You are aware of security that
We build things around evil people because it's the evil people who make those decisions as well. It's the evil people treating other evil people. Evil people are in politics, evil people are beyond your imagination of power and control, right? That's what's going on. Like, most good people, they just live their lives, they just allow things to be happening. And they always question of, like, why am I not successful? Why am I, like, falling behind? Shouldn't you be adopting, like, all these, like, good principles? But the good principles kind of slow you down because evil people just kind of, like, bolster each other. They consolidate their powers. They're scared that the good people are gonna prevail, but they still have a chance to, do their stupid evil things. And as long as they do evil things with and against each other, we're not gonna really notice. We're not gonna really care about it because we have our own lives to take care of, right? But at some point, evil just spills out. It becomes uncontrollable, even by evil itself. And that's when the war happens, basically.
inconveniences the lives of normal, honest working people.
Spills on the normal
Like,
people.
what happens is this: someone rams a car through a Christmas market, so now you have to add these concrete barriers, and once you
Yes. You have to hurt normal
have the
people.
concrete barriers, maybe then someone stabs someone in a Christmas market, so then you ban knives, and then maybe someone uses a pencil to stab people. So do you need to now ban pencils or all?
Yeah, okay, now it's kind of getting weird. Like, this ban thing is obviously you ban the evil people, right? You ban through association. The Americans have this shit. Guilt through association literally exists. But it's also being used in a very evil way, potentially. John Oliver broke that story. So, shit is weird out there, guys. I swear.
You should be stealing more. What do I mean? This year, we got 150 million views on a video of a tyre rolling down a hill. It completely changed our year. It was a great year. We're called Tuck South. Go and check out that video if you like. Anyway, did we
He
invent
stole that
tyre rolling?
idea.
No. But there are thousands of videos of tyres rolling on the internet, and men seem to like them. So we took this idea and we stole it. And we added our own little unique twist on it. We decided to follow the tyre with an FPV drone.
It's not stealing, that's the fucking thing. Evil people want you to admit that you stole an idea. But the actuality of what happens is you adopted a good idea. You adopt good ideas. You don't steal them. No one owns ideas. That's the fucking point. You adopt them. How are people just fucking destroying their dictionary at the same time? Right? You literally can't watch a fucking TikTok without getting offended by people's mistakes. People's honest mistakes, by the way. They're honestly stupid. It's like, steal more. right? It's like, what? You know that evil people are gonna interpret this as not a joke because they love being evil. So it's like, yay, I can steal things now. No. Adopt ideas. You're still supposed to be an original person, but you can push other people's ideas into a greater existence, right? I want to save Hearthstone. I want to save Minecraft. I want to save all these cool ideas in the gaming world, basically. While at the same time fighting the existence of polygons. This is my fucking ultimate job. Alright, let's see. What's the next TikTok?
This is actually insane. Did you know that before Edison invented the light bulb, the average person slept 11 hours a night? 11 hours, dude. This book is blowing my mind. It's called the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, but it's all about just how we've developed this lifestyle of just rushing and hurrying. He's talking about when we invented the clock.
I would say 11 hours is just inconvenience. I do sleep 11 hours. I sleep 7 hours, and I take 2 naps. That's how I do it. It's actually the most efficient way of living right now. And potentially, like, we have to, again, adopt inventions and not think of inventions as evil and start fucking reading books like a fucking degenerate. I pulled out a fucking, you slap that bitch. If someone pulls out a book, that's a little fucking degenerate, basically. Like, you think it's a normal video, and it's like, yes, resting is important, but there's a reason to just take 2 naps and sleep for 7 hours. But it's not like I'm sleeping for 7 hours. I'm sleeping for 11. I'm resting for 11 hours. It's just, back in the day, it was inconvenient to do this. You can't just rest for 7 hours because you wake up and it's still darkness, basically. That's it. Inventions make our lives different for good reasons, not bad reasons. 11 hours of sleep is not like the greatest goodness. It's in the past. It's all in the past now. I will never go to the past. I will never become a fucking caveman. You have to say goodbye to all the cool shit that we are constantly inventing and improving. All the problems that we're solving. I'm not saying no to anything. There is no past to go into without fucking crying your eyeballs out that you can have the latest fucking iPhone and the internet connection. Well, unless your entire fucking humanity dies, then you have nothing else to do but to travel into the past. Bitch boy. You're relying on us now, bitch boy. On our timeline to succeed. I swear to God, like, are we gonna keep on fucking pissing me off?
Yeah, listen, dude.
Are we gonna
Most
keep
people who
pissing
are
me
actually
off?
sharp eventually
Oh, here
run
you
into
go.
the
Of
same
course.
wall. And that wall is this: being intelligent does not make you liked. It doesn't. It does not make you one of the guys. And let's just say that
So basically, we invented the Am I Jesus drama. Alright? All I have to do is get pissed off at TikTok because TikTok is starting to feed me just noise. Like, I want to share this, but I want to share this for what it is. But now the narrative has shifted out of control. What the fuck do I do now? I have to fight evil, and everywhere there's evil. There's just enough evil to be upset, People are not careful with the words that they use. People are not careful. They just travel back into the past and glorify the past. What's gonna happen now?
it does not win you many rooms, okay? And you would think that clear thinking and good judgment and having the ability to see through nonsense would earn respect, right? In reality, it often does the opposite. It makes the room tense. It makes people clutch their pearls. It even makes them
In reality, where there's a lot of evil people, that kind of
people
reality.
hostile towards you, and they may not even know why. You
It's pretty obvious why you stand out. You're the tough guy, basically. You're taking all the credits. for being the best, the smartest, basically, a person who actually cares. And the evil people will project their stupid fucking principle that they adopted of not giving a fuck about anything. It's like, why do you fucking do this? Why are you this fucking crazy? It annoys them that you are doing something that they're not doing, that you're not wasting time with them, basically, respecting their shit. Many people wanted me to go outside. And it's like, what the fuck do I do outside? Is it a touch grass marathon all of a sudden? Where does that lead to? They were doing fucking nothing, you know? In fact, my friends wanted to be with me, playing video games with me, in my fucking place. And that's it. Until they became evil, they stole shit from me, basically. They fucking barged into my home, uninvited, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we can't hang out, actually. And again, evil people, by their own admission, like, if they take something from you, and you recognize that they did in fact take something from you, or it's like, it's blatantly obvious, they will never show up ever again. They will take something from you, will never show up ever. That's how you know that they're evil. Like, it's the most obvious shit. They will never show up ever again. I had a fucking interaction with another dude who was drinking and basically making tattoos. You know, it's like a fucking superpower for them to just make tattoos all over your body, to offer, can I make a tattoo for you? So, yeah, no, not at all. And it is the first time I actually drank a lot of beer, and let's just see what happens, type of thing. And obviously, they kind of just pulling me around, like almost getting in trouble with another group of fucking bald heads, which would fucking beat you up, basically. So I didn't. What? We're gonna have to get through this shit? They just keep getting in trouble after getting drunk, you know? They don't give a fuck. So I'm hanging with these two dudes, but after all of this blows over and all of this nasty shit that we have been doing, I wanted to experience what it's like to be hanging with degenerates, basically. They keep asking you for money because, like, we have to buy more beer. We have to get ourselves drunk, buy more beer. Yes, I was dizzy for the first time. I had kind of hangover shit for the first time, but it's not that deep, to be honest. But what happened afterwards? They never talked to me ever again. That's how you know. They're not proud of what they're doing. They're not happy that you are holding things together, that you're a normal person, that you're normalizing this whole experience. Because they almost like conjuring stupid shit to happen to them. They want to get into a fight. They want to fucking lose their shit. Because there's kind of a chance that they will like put you in the front lines when they get in trouble or whatever. They get you in trouble. They get to suck in your money. They still opportunistic of being evil onto someone else. Onto someone else who doesn't respect themselves. But if you respect yourself, the evil people just disappear out of my life. In self-admission, they have been doing evil this whole time, and you're probably going to be able to resist that from now on. But the grim reality is crazy. Because it's not like I have real friends. That's the fucking crazy reality, you know? Maybe I am Jesus. Maybe that's the requirement. As long as I don't have real friends, and yet I see evil everywhere, we have the most unsolvable problem. Like, who's gonna be the first man on the moon? Who's gonna be the first person who is not evil but is also my friend? You know? Like, everyone can yap on a fucking TikTok and be upset of like, oh, smart people. Are you a smart person? Are you just talking about fucking random shit? You know? Are you just like educating the evil people of how to deal with smart people? Right?
You said something that made you go from peer to the problem. And
Because I personally,
but yeah,
I personally need to connect in desperation that evil is everywhere, and evil is pretty strong if there's so much of it.
Here's what's really happening. It's so when you walk into a conversation and you're obviously sharper than the people around you, they don't experience that interaction the way you think they do. I mean, they're not experiencing it as, wow, this person is smart. No, they're experiencing it as they're thinking to themselves, geez, I mean, if they're this far ahead of me, then what do they see?
They should be thinking that this person, he's doing a good thing or a bad thing. They should be judgmental. But judgmental means that when I do something bad, it's bad. When I do something good, it's good, and I get the fucking reality check by that person. But if a person doesn't care, if a person is not judgmental, they're just gonna be upset whenever they feel like it. It's like the easiest thing to do, to be upset. It's like, you bastard, you fucking pathetic. What a fucking loser. Dude, 2 sets of friends have abandoned me, and I'm like, I still haven't figured out if they're evil or not. Right? And it's some ways like I have to abandon them as well. Because, isms, you know? Again, the drinking game is about, can you force the other person to drink as well alongside with you? Can you force them into this circle of friends fucking smoking, basically? Getting themselves high. Oh shit. Many things happen, guys. But even on like just like these ritualistic evil fucking things, like wow. Like I'm still wrapping my head up like, what did I survive? Because you never know, because there's a branches of scenarios of if you get upset, the other person might have control, you know? They might have control of like leave you behind, basically, and now you have to ask for help for someone else. So you try not to be upset at your friend when you realize that, yeah, it's fucking shady, dude. Everything he's doing is fucking shady. So some evil people, or potentially evil, like, you don't know. They're just on that borderline. And until they get fully confronted, you will not know, because you rely on them so fucking much every single time. We don't have much time. I'll just watch this.
When they look at me, what to stand in front of. And
Yeah, I don't know, dude. There's many interpretations you can spin, and this guy's interpretation is very incoherent. Yes, they challenge authority. That's the first and foremost thing. It's a problem. Absolutely. We literally just talked about it. That's coherent right there. Smart people get in trouble because they have the responsibility to solve problems. But sometimes you can't actually articulate what the fuck is going on even. This is why it's best to bring up personal examples, personal experience of dealing with evil, because that shit exists. Every single, like, most of the things I talked about was personal examples. So, welcome to the new series on my channel. See you guys next time. I might be Jesus, I don't know. We will ask ChatGPT if I'm Jesus. Looking just like Jesus, actually. Looks like a white male with careless amount of hair. And that's it. That's all we know. And just kind of likes fighting evil. So far, everything checks out. If you know any Jesus traits that I might be missing, that you can challenge me on, please let me know. Because so far, in this first episode, I am Jesus. You know, I don't see it any other way.